This is your complete guide to sailing the Sloop in Sea of Thieves. Sailing a ship by yourself can be intimidating, but here's my quick and easy guide. Let's take a look at the Sloop and break down the basics. In this game, you have to treat your ship like you treat a woman.
You want to tell me what you mean by that?
No, actually I think we should move on. If you want to start moving, the first thing you need to do is raise your ship's anchor. Next, you'll find 2 ropes on either side of your ship. The flat-looking one controls sail length, and the round pulley is your sail angle. Drop your sail using the flat length rope, and you'll start moving. The more you raise your sail, the less wind you'll catch, and the slower your ship will move. A very important tip is to never drop your anchor. Instead, slow your ship by raising your sails when you want to glide to a stop. Or you can just half raise your sails if you want to move slowly. And remember, full drop your sails if you want to go fast. And if you're anchored, your ship cannot move at all. You should really never be anchoring yourself, you should just control your speed and stop with your sails. The anchor of your ship is really only going to be used by your enemies when they board your ship and want to stop you. But what if your sails are fully dropped and you still want to go even faster? This is where you can use the round sail angle pulley to catch wind. While you're using this rope, if you look straight up in the air, you'll notice white streaks showing you the direction of the wind. Angle your sail so the wind is hitting directly into it and you'll get a speed boost. Here's a chart showing you how to angle the sails on every ship type to take advantage of the wind. You should screenshot this so you can remember it. Now let's take a look at the wheel. This is where you'll spend most of your time while sailing. On a sloop, you can turn the wheel a full rotation until it stops to make the tightest turn possible. On bigger ships, the wheel will take more rotations to turn completely. If you want to sail straight, you'll need to line up the tallest wheel peg right in front of you. Your controller will actually vibrate when you're perfectly straight. A super cool feature in this game is the map table, which basically functions like a GPS, telling you where your ship is moving on the map in real time. Use this to easily check if your ship is pointed in the right direction, and even plan out the islands you want to visit in advance. On the sloop, you can look at the map table just by looking over the back balcony. After glancing at the map table, simply look at the compass next to your wheel and make sure your ship is traveling in the right direction. Now here's some pro tips for turning your ship. The more your sails are raised, the faster you'll be able to turn. For example, if your sails are fully raised, then you can turn your ship the tightest and quickest. Whereas if you try to turn with full drop sails, then you'll make a big slow circle. If you're in danger of ramming your ship into something, simply raise the sails to slow you down and give you a tighter turning radius. If you're really in an emergency, you can also perform an anchor turn to rotate your ship 180 degrees backwards. To perform an anchor turn, simply crank your wheel all the way to the side and then drop your anchor. You'll notice there's lanterns everywhere, but you'll actually want to turn all these lights off if you want to keep your ship more hidden from enemies. Lantern light really stands out on the horizon and it might lead enemy pirates straight to you. But what if you're actually looking for a fight? In that case, you're going to use your crow's nest. Climb up to the top and then use your spyglass to scan the horizon for ships. The crow's nest is also where you'll find your flag customization chest. This chest is also where you can offer or join alliances with other crews. Now let's talk about harpoons. 2 harpoon guns can be found at the front of your ship. These have many uses. You can make tight turns, you can pull your ship into the right position when you want to park, you can harpoon loot to move it to your ship quickly, and you can even pull enemies onto your ship during PvP. Now let's talk about all the different supply barrels on your ship. The red barrels are where you can store cannonballs, throwables, and other ammo types. The brown barrel downstairs is where you store wooden planks, and the yellow barrels on the side will store your food. You can deposit supplies into all these barrels by hand. But if you have a storage crate, you can hold it up to these barrels and move supplies around much quicker. The lower deck is also where you'll find your grill and all your cosmetic customization chests. Now I'm sure you're feeling confident and you're ready to take on some pirates. But suddenly, your ship starts getting destroyed. Everything is broken and you're filling with water. Don't panic. It's time we discuss how to manage repairs. The only way your ship sinks is if the water level reaches your top deck. You'll hear a very distinctive noise when the water level starts getting close to sinking. It sounds like this. There are 3 levels of holes your ship can receive, called Tier 1, 2, and 3. A Tier 3 hole lets water in the fastest, and it takes the longest to repair. Stop your holes from getting bigger by patching them before damage is taken again in the same spot. The fastest way to bucket water in a sloop is by standing right here. Don't panic if you start filling with water. No matter how bad your ship looks, just remember that it only takes 5 buckets to bail your ship completely dry. Unfortunately, your ship can also take damage on the top deck. The wheel, anchor, and mast can all become broken, but every single damaged part of your ship can be fixed with a simple wooden plank. However, if your mast breaks and falls, you won't be able to patch it until you first raise it using the sail length rope. Here's a pro tip. If you notice your mast falling, you can actually catch it before it falls by hopping on this rope early. This is referred to as catching the mast. After your mast is fully pulled upright, simply nail a single plank on it and you're ready to drop sails again. There is another way your ship can be damaged, which is fire. Kegs and firebombs will start fires that will quickly engulf your entire ship if you don't put them out quickly. If you need water, you can access the water barrel on the bottom right side of your sloop. Another pro tip for managing fire is that you can stand directly on the fire and dump your water bucket directly onto yourself. The water will put out the fire on both you and the floor around you with a single bucket. I know all this information can feel overwhelming, but I promise all of this becomes easy to remember once you've done it a few times. The challenge of sailing in this game isn't remembering what to do, as much as it is knowing how to multitask everything that needs done. If you're good at multitasking, then you'll be great at ship combat in Sea of Thieves. In the heat of battle, you'll need to simultaneously be adjusting your ship's speed, the angle you're turning at, the direction you're heading, and shooting cannons at your enemy, and fighting off players who board you, while simultaneously bailing water and repairing holes, while simultaneously also refilling all your resources from the supply barrels around your ship. As you can see, multitasking and good teamwork are how you master the combat in Sea of Thieves. The skill gap in this game is massive, but it feels very rewarding when you practice and get better. The most important thing is to not be scared or discouraged. Use every fight as a learning opportunity, and you'll be amazed at how quickly you pick up sailing skills. And that's all the basic information you need to know for sailing a ship in Sea of Thieves. If you found this video useful, it would mean a lot to me if you like the video and subscribe. I'm going to be posting a new tips and tricks video every single day.